5 co-accused in the Thabo Bester prison break scandal will have to wait a little longer to find out whether they'll be granted bail. Now, today, the court heard details on how each suspect has been implicated in Bester's escape from Mangaung Correctional Centre in May last year. The accused will be back in court next week for closing arguments. Our senior reporter, Silindelo Masikane, has been following proceedings and joins us now from Bloemfontein. Slee, take us through proceedings today and what we heard from defense.
In essence, what we saw today was the continuation of cross-examination of the investigating officer by the lawyers for the 5 who are applying for bail. You'd remember that Dr. Nandipha Makudumana has reserved her right to apply for bail, and of course Thabo Bester is already a convicted person, essentially, who is now being housed at the Kgosi Mampuru prison. So these bail applications began in earnest last week with the state leading evidence by the investigating officer implicating or showing how those who are in the dock have been implicated in the escape of Thabo Bester on the 3rd of May 2022, outlining each of their roles and exactly what position they were in when that escape happened. Today, we heard more of the roles of accused number 8. That is Anastasia Janssen. We understand that her and Diego Makgotsa, accused number 7, were in the control room and are accused of opening the gates, essentially allowing Bester to walk out of the Mangaung Correctional Centre in a G4S uniform, disguised as an official. So what her lawyer was trying to show the court today during his cross-examination was that Janssen was not going to try and evade her trial, and that in fact she does meet the standards, essentially, to be permitted to be released on bail. Let's take a listen.
Colonel, you agree that applicant number 5 had no previous convictions?
Applicant number 5 so the recorded that. Yes, I do.
Colonel, you agree applicant number 5 also had no pending cases?
And on the lab or rather he such as myself. Yes, I do.
You also agree there's no warrants against applicant number 5 at this stage?
I'm not formally warrant, this is That's correct.
You also agree you don't have any proof that applicant number 5 has a violent, there's a history of violence.
And I'm going to history and hook. Yes, I do not have any evidence to the contrary.
You also agree that applicant number 5 is not on parole.
And I've been told yes, I do.
You also agree that applicant number 5 does not have a passport, is that correct?
And I do about applicant number 5 and number 4. That's correct.
You also confirmed that the address of applicant number 5 was confirmed by you?
And I when it wasn't told we confirmed the address here. Correct.
It's also correct that applicant number 5 was arrested at her house, 9 Abdul 1 Street, Eshkere.
Now, Slee, what did the lawyer for accused number 7 had to say to defend his client?
Essentially also trying to show the court that his client would be cooperative, that he also can be released on bail, also trying to show the court that perhaps not enough evidence stands against his client in terms of what he's accused of. In fact, he put it to the investigating officer that the money that's alleged that was paid into his account, he was paid about 14,000 rand. The lawyer saying that, there's actually a reasonable explanation as to why that money made its way way into his account, obviously, or should I say being transferred rather, by accused number one, Senuhe Matswara, who the state is alleging was crucial in the planning of Bester's escape, and was the one responsible for arranging those who were going to participate in facilitating Bester's escape. Let's take a listen.
Accused number 4 received an amount of 14,000 rand from accused number 1. Rather, accused number 7 from accused number 1.
Accused number 7, only 14,000 rand die for money from accused 1. That is correct.
Could it be the right platform? Accused number 7 will come and testify as to the reason for this transaction.
Now, Slee, we've seen a video of Thabo Bester escaping prison, and it was released by my guest tonight. Have you seen it?
I have seen it, and it is quite interesting to having viewed that footage, to actually see what's alleged to be Thabo Bester, as well as what we understand to be Tebogo Dipulo, who is the CCTV technician, who allegedly, of course, according to the state, switched off the cameras inside the prison, allowing Bester to be able to escape from South 35, where the body of Katlego Bereng was planted in his cell as a decoy. And from what we've heard from the state is that at the time of the commission of this escape, accused number 1 was the one who brought in the body of Katlego Bereng. He was assisted by accused number 6, that is Buti Masukela, to offload the body. Subsequently, it was put in a dark room. That is when it was removed from the dark room by allegedly Tebogo Dipulo, the CCTV technician, who then transported Bereng's body in a dustbin, pretending to be cleaning the yard at the prison, subsequently to plant it in Bester's cell, and then assisting Bester to acquire a G4S uniform to allow him to look like an official from the prison, and then leaving with him or running from the prison, and exiting the prison premises disguised as a G4S official. And of course, this is the first time we're actually seeing CCTV footage from the prison, which obviously looks like Bester escaping from the Mangaung Correctional Facility. So, of course, as the court processes unfold, I think we're going to be seeing a little bit more in terms of the investigations that have been done by the police. We've already been told that there are still more arrests that are imminent, and we also know, of course, with the state opposing the bail applications of the 5 accused who are already in the dock, that they believe that if they are released, then we could see the intimidation of witnesses and perhaps the interference of investigation, notwithstanding, of course, the public outrage that may ensue if they are released. So we are expecting closing arguments, like you said, next week on the 23rd of May, and then all 8 accused, if any more people are not arrested between now and June 20th, then we are expecting all 8 accused back in the Bloemfontein Magistrates Court, as the main matter has been postponed for further investigations.
Slee, thank you so much for that elaborate update this evening. That was our senior reporter, Silindelo Masikane, live to us in Bloemfontein. Now, the